Hey there, Nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheesecake, and welcome to Season 2 of Meat for the Grinder, our series dedicated to Necromunda Dark Uprising Battle Reports. Meat for the Grinder is a Necromunda campaign set in the final days of Hive Arcos, where Chaos, Xenos, and Order clash for control of a collapsing Hive City. And on today's episode, we will showcase our campaign's Helot Chaos Cult, The Blooded, which is a Helot Chaos Cult that is dedicated to Tzeentch. We will discuss the gang's contents, its playstyle, its inspiration, and provide other information related to our upcoming Dark Uprising campaign. So this gang is actually played by my little sister Shade, and she calls it The Blooded. It's a Helot Chaos Cult dedicated to Tzeentch. It is sided aligned with Chaos for our upcoming campaign, and she has a 2,000 point starting roster, and the reason why is because we decided to use Aranthe succession rules in order to build our gangs. We did this for a couple of reasons, and the primary reason why is because we will not be able to dedicate as much time to this campaign as we normally would, based on our gaming schedules and just life in general. So in order to help play catch up and to make up for the lack of time we can spend on this, we decided to boost up our gangs just a little bit more so that we could just focus entirely on just the actual campaign itself and actually playing the scenarios and having a blast doing it at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this entire gang. We're going to be showing individual photos of each of the individual fighters and talk about exactly how they're equipped and how they're being used in the gang. So with that being said, let's go and start with the leader. So up first is Jaego the Thrice Curse. He is the cult Demogogue for this gang. He's got mesh armor for a 5-up armor save as well as a Boltgun. And the reason why that character is carrying that weapon is because they're dedicated to Tzeentch, and they also have the ability to reroll any failed hits in the shooting phase and also ignore negative shooting modifiers as well, which is always a powerful ability. This character is also passing Autopistol for a sidearm as well as photo goggles, so that way they can see in all visibility conditions. They also have the Chaos Familiar Flotsam as well, so that way it can help out with their psychic abilities. And they also have the Devotion special rule, a Inured and Sanity special rule, the Overwatch skill, as well as Chronomancer. And the reason why this fighter is a weird psyker is because they are dedicated to Tzeentch, and as such you get to make your leader into a psyker. She decided to go with Chronomancer. She got Flicker for her ability as well as Zen Shootist in order to help out with her shooting abilities. And that's also why she also has the Chaos Familiar Flotsam attached to Jaego the Thrice Cursed. So that way if they fail their willpower test, Jaego can re-roll it because the little familiar is within range of them as well. And that makes up Jaego the Thrice Cursed, the leader of this gang. At the same time, we also have Screaming Koth, which is another cult disciple. This guy's got mesh armor with a 5-up armor save, as well as grenade launcher with frag and crack grenades as well, and a stub gun for a backup weapon. They also have photo goggles to see in all visibility conditions, as well as a cult icon for larger group activations as well. This fighter also got the Inured to Insanity special rule, as well as the Overwatch skill, so that way they can interrupt enemy activations with a grenade shot. And grenade launchers being able to interrupt enemies using Overwatch is absolutely powerful. It's a great way to kind of mess with your enemy's plans. When you combine that with some of the abilities you get from Tzeentch as well for being dedicated to that, it could really help out this fight in order to do so. So even though you're allowed to have double the amount of champions in the gang, my sister decided to stick with the normal amount this time around because she wanted to outfit her fighters with better equipment instead. The next cult disciple is Core the Reaper. This guy's got mesh armor for a 5-up armor save, as well as a plasma gun for extra laughs. He's also got a stub gun with for the backup weapon, as well as photo goggles so they can see in all visibility conditions. They have the Inured Insanity special rule, as well as the Overwatch skill attached to this guy as well, so that way he can also interrupt enemy activations with his plasma gun as well. And the reason why my sister's going with a little bit more of the longer range special weapons on this choice is because the fact that she does get those bonuses to shoot for Tzeentch being dedicated to that, so that's going to really help her out in order to do so as well. So very powerful list so far with the special weapons that they also have. And rounding out the last of the champions is Xenos Telos. This is the cult witch for the gang. This guy's got mesh armor for a 5-up armor save, as well as an auto pistol and a flow for close combat weapons to protect himself. He's also got photo goggles to see in all visibility conditions, and he also has the Chaos Familiar Jetsam. And the reason why is because he's also a psyker. He's the cult's witch. He's also got the fixer skill, so he can earn additional D3 times 10 credits for this gang if he doesn't get taken out of action. And he's also using the cult weird powers Dark Shield, which means he gets to increase the armor save value of 1 by 1 for all fighters within 3 inches. And we also have Jetsam, the Chaos Familiar, so that way if Xenos Telos does of course fail to pass his willpower test, he's got the little psyker to help him re-roll that failed attempt, and that's the reason why my sister Shade took this. So even though she's able to take twice as many champions, she decided not to. Like I said before, she decided to stick with the normal 3 because she wanted to equip her fighters with better equipment later on down the line. So this is a very powerful list so far with some excellent long-range shooting. And speaking of long-range shooting, let's talk about the Murder Crow. The Murder Crow is a Helot Cultist specialist. This person's got a 5-up armor save with mesh armor, as well as a long rifle with infra sight, so that way they can see in all visibility conditions, and that long rifle, of course, is a powerful weapon just by itself. This fighter also has a last pistol for backup weapon. They do have the specialist special rule attached to them because they are the gang specialists on this. And that long rifle could actually be quite devastating, especially with removal of partial cover, rerolling failed to hits, with shooting with being dedicated to Tzeentch. That's really going to help out my sister be able to dominate the long-range engagements with this gang. So even though my sister has a lot of really powerful long-range shooting, she does have some really good close combat fighters. Up first is Drak, the Trench Sweeper. He is a Helot Cultist with mesh armor, as well as Ceramite shield as well. So that gives him actually a 3-up armor save for being shot in the front. You could also use it in close combat as well. He's packing a shotgun with scatter as well as solid ammo, which is quite typical for that. She plans on getting him some better ammo as the campaign develops. He's got an Autopistol for a backup weapon, as well as photo goggles that we can see in all visibility conditions as well. I believe she said that Drak, the Trench Sweeper, is going to act as the bodyguard for her leader, Jaego, the Thrice curse. That way when they get into the press and get in close combat and close quarters battle, then Drak, the Trench Sweeper, will basically protect him and take all the shots coming their way. Next find the roster is a character named Chainglaive Kane. He is a Helot Cultist with mesh armor. He's also packing a Chainglaive close combat weapon, as well as frag grenades for shooting attacks. He's also got photo goggles as well, so that way he can see in all visibility conditions. This is my sister's shock trooper. He's going to send him alongside with the brute that she has in her gang to basically lay it down with that Chainglaive, and also suppress some enemies by using frag grenades in order to do that. Up next, we have Yaros, the Bullet Farmer. He's another Chaos Cultist as well. He's got mesh armor for that 5-up armor save, as well as an auto gun and auto pistol, as well as frag grenades and photo goggles. My sister actually wants to hook this guy up with either Radphage rounds, I believe she said, or she wants to go with warp rounds for the auto weapons that this guy is carrying, which is actually quite a deadly combination, and that's why she gave him the name the Bullet Farmer too. Plus, just look at the guy. The guy is covered in all kinds of demolitions, which is also really cool as well. And that pretty much makes up the contents for Yaros, the Bullet Farmer. My sister's last 2 fighters are Inigo and Venerbale. These are 2 Helot Cultists who are equipped exactly the same. Both have mesh armor as well as hotshot last guns with infrared sights, so that way they can see in the dark, and at the same time have reliable strength for shooting attacks with the hotshot last guns, and they're also packing last pistols for backup weapons as well. I believe my sister said she wants to get these guys cameline cloaks as the campaign continues, that way they're a little bit harder to see, so that way they can't be shot back as easily, and these guys are going to be like her long-range shooters in order to provide some support fire for assault troops. And lastly, we have my sister's brute. She's got Urgot, the Dominator, who is a mutated ogre, and he's got furnace plates as well as a powerball and horrific appendages, so he's got all the upgrades for that as well. He's got the Murderous Brute special rule, which basically gives him True Grit as well as Killing Blow for his abilities, and at the same time he also has Slow-Witted as well, which means he can't be part of group activations. But that's okay though, because Urgot the Dominator is a wrecking ball. He's got that powerful Strength 5 Power Maul attack, as well as Horrific Appendages attack as well. And she also has Killing Blow, so that way if she runs into situations where she has to get through like a high strength or a high toughness type situation, for example, like Urban Renewal, where you gotta blow up a piece of train or something like that, she could trade all of her attacks for one singular Killing Blow attack that will double the strength, double his damage, and provide no armor saves as well, which when combined with that Power Maul could be an extremely dangerous combination on that one as well. So that's going to be her main Wrecking Ball fighter for her gang, which is Urgot the Dominator, and that pretty much makes up her roster for this one. So this is the Blooded. It is our Helot Chaos Cult that is dedicated to Tzeentch in our upcoming Dark Uprising campaign. I feel that this list has got a good balance between shooting and as well as close quarter battle. My little sister did a really good job putting this list together, in my opinion, as well. And the fact that she dedicated this gang to Tzeentch as well is also quite a powerful combo, because she does have so many high-powered shooting elements in this gang that's really going to help her out. And when you combine that with psychic abilities, it's just a recipe for disaster that will kill everything that stands in its way as well. I'm actually really looking forward to actually going up against this gang myself when we actually get into the campaign. But what are your guys' thoughts of your list? Do you have any other suggestions or some insights that you would suggest for her gang? If you do, please put it down in the comment box down below, so that way she could use that to help develop her gang as our campaign continues. So that's good to do for this week, guys. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest greatest hobby news related to this channel. That's good for this week, guys. We will catch you guys next one. Peace out and stay classy.